Hi there, this is Amanda here from Team Alpha, and we're going to have a quick look at the back office so you can sort yourself out and do some cool things. So I'm using this opportunity when we've all zeroed this month to share a couple of things in the back office with you and break it down into bite-sized chunks so that you can work out very different things for yourselves. So you've logged in, you're here, and you've got all sorts of things that you can do. Now, the place I tend to go the most is go to business, go to sponsor tree list. And from here, I can then sort all of my people in different ways so that I can decide who to work with, decide who needs what, and see in general where people are. So let's just move this down and there you go, that's probably better. So I want to sort it, and of course I haven't made this big enough, have I? Okay. I want to sort it on these columns over here. So group business volume is that one, and there you go. We've already just done, that's business volume for each individual thing, and that is their qualifying volume. So if you want to have a look at what all of the, it's called a legend, what everything means, all just down here. Okay? So you can go and have a read through those. So the colour coding will tell you all of your new associates within the last 60 days. Your red ones are people who've recently achieved RD or above and are within their 60 days. And any new associates with the next 90 days are going to be yellow. And the level is how far away from you they are. So if you brought them in and they're on your level 1, then they'll have one next. They'll have, let me show you. Scoot back up here. So if it's got a 1 next to it, they're on your level 1. If it's got a 4 next to it, they're underneath somebody who's underneath somebody who's underneath somebody. If that makes sense to you, and I'm sure it will. But they're in somebody else's team that are underneath you. So you can see all those different levels, and dependent on what level you are at yourself to be paid, then those levels will start coming into play because you will go down certain levels dependent on the rank that you have achieved. Okay? So let's just click home again. So if you want the sponsor tree list, you need to go to business and then sponsor tree list. Then the one that I almost sort by is the qualifying volume, because I can see everybody with the highest qualifying volume, but also you should be looking at active. So these little green ticks are really important. It means that those people are active to be paid. So they need to take their volume up to 125 to actually do that. Now, these guys are probably within, and actually they all are within, from the 15th of the month onwards is when they came in. So their volume has rolled and they are therefore still active as well. So everybody else, when they kick in their personal autoships and when they kick in their other orders and whatever, or any volume coming through from customers, they will become active. And you'll start seeing from the 5th to the 12th to the 19th, more ticks appearing. And if after the 19th they don't have a green tick, you could be in trouble. Okay? So you will need to nudge them and say, hey guys, do you want to be paid for anything you're doing? Can you make sure that you are greening your back office? I guess we're going to need to put a little saying for that, aren't we? I'm sure there is one somewhere and I just haven't thought about it. Now, there's other things that you can search on here, and you can search by any of these criteria up here. So if you wanted to see the high ranks that people have been at, or their page ranks, to see where people have been at, then you can see who's at what levels. Now mine are going to change slightly because there's still some tinkering in the back office. Now, it's people actually doing some back office work today for anything that's not quite through in the system. So there are going to be a few changes on here, but hey, that's cool. And also, as it's the first day, there will be all sorts of things that will change on here as well. But you can see who's at your high authorships. You can see when their dates are. So if anybody's at the 19th, guys, you ought to be shifting it to the 5th wherever possible. And you also ought to be looking at the very least, making it to the 12th, because it makes it easier for you to have everybody there, and it also makes it easier for everybody else. So when you get all your peeps back, go and log in. You can go and play with this and do whatever you want with it. But these are very useful ways of finding where people are. So who's got enrollees? It's a toggle, which means if you click it once, you'll get top, and if you click it again, you'll get bottom. So you can see, who's flying and who's doing all sorts of wonderful things. And of course, all your team phone numbers should be in here as well, so you can all find them in one place. Any questions? Leave it with them.